the hardest working podcast in Portland, Oregon, man.
Play no
Game.
Welcome to the Play No Games podcast. I'm Arthur Dixon, and this is the Play No Games segment. The Play No Games segment is based out of the idea and the feelings of how you are doing today. So it can be positive, it can be negative, it can be informative, it can be anything about your day. And all you have to say is, I'm ready to play no games about this. And this stems with the concept and the mindset that we want you to allow you to express yourself in any facet of the way before we get to the show. This is an important segment because you got to let those feelings out before the topics get real, because we don't play no games on this show.
Good intro. All right, who are we starting off with?
Cassian, are you ready to play no
Starting with me.
games?
All right, fair enough. I got a good one. I am playing no games about ripping designs. And I will be speaking about the new Nike Calm slide. I'm going to show you guys this slide, and you tell me what you think it looks like, just off the top of your head. You know, whatever comes to your head first. Let me get a good picture. I think this is a good one. This is a Nike product. What does it remind you of?
Oh, Jesus.
The foam slide thing? I
Uh-huh.
don't know what their brand
But I mean,
called. Supposed to bite off of some shit.
the Yeezy slides.
Oh yeah. See, okay, yeah.
You guys see this too? Oh, sorry.
They're yeah.
Looked it up? Yeah? You guys
Jesus.
All right, so for the camera, there you go. I'm sure if you look it up, Nike Calm Slide. So they sold out.
Of course.
They sold out. But the reviews on them are atrocious
Really?
because they're not designed for like human feet. They're way too narrow. The rubber's too hard. They're like a terrible actual slide. I just thought it was funny because a lot of people were giving Adidas shit when Adidas was maybe copying some Yeezy designs, but at least that's in-house. Crocs is doing it right now with their designer stuff. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
Nike does it too with other like Fear of God stuff they've kind of copied in their own way. But now it is get Nike just straight ripping the Yeezy slide and then selling it for $50 and it being not a great product. I just think it's funny. People love to defend Nike, like especially, you know, where we live. People defend Nike like it's the Bible. So I think it's good to call that out and be like, hey, you know what? That's ass.
I mean, it's the same way as Apple around here, man. They just buy everything and take everything from everybody. I mean, just like they take designers and take all different types of people. So it's just hilarious, like you said. I mean, we live in Portland where Nike is like the staple of all staples here.
Oh, yeah.
And like Nike does no wrong. And it's just hilarious. Like anything that you do or say or show reference to about negative about Nike, people want to get upset.
Dude, it's like a swarm of. I don't want to say what it reminds me of because then we're gonna get a little nasty. But I'll just say it's a little bit of brainwash.
Oh, absolutely.
A little bit of. Let me put this type of logo on my left arm. Let me. I don't know. You know, it's some. I'm just saying, if Nike came out with some swastika designs, I wouldn't be surprised if people were starting to wear those around town. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All right. Yeah, I didn't want to go there, but
I'll go there. I'll just say this. You know, Apple. People who have Apple products, I got this from a comedian. He was like, y'all are more racist than anything. Y'all the real racists in this country.
That's
Apple
funny.
product people. Androids, we're the most discriminated folks on this fucking continent, on the North American continent. Yeah, fuck you, Apple people. Our phones are better. Y'all copied us.
In all facets.
But there's my little rip. That being said, I do like Nike. I'm not. But it's just when we, you know, you call it out on Adidas, you call it out on other brands. I want to keep Nike responsible as well and be like, you know what, man, not everything you make is
Child label free.
good. And we don't have to get into the whole child labor thing too, but that's a whole other wamboozle. I happened with Shein recently. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like,
oh, really?
Like kids in these factories are writing like, please help on like packaging before it's going out. from like Shein products. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
I've been seeing like news reports about that. Like they're like stitching it either on like the tag, like please help me, or like writing it on like the shipping or whatever. Yeah,
That's low-key creepy too.
Yeah. So if you buy from Shein, just know these are coming straight from like the labor camps.
I'm already on God's. I'm going to hell is a little bit from the submarine stuff. So let me choke that down. I have dark humor. I'm sorry.
All right, no worries. Arthur, what are you playing no games about?
Ooh. I'm gonna butcher his name. Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
Wing bang, bing bang, bing
He
bang.
had his debut a few weeks ago. Looked like horseshit in a stable.
Yeah.
Comes out, I think the other night, and balls out and drops a 30 piece.
Just about, yeah.
And now he's sitting out for the rest of summer league.
Yep.
What do you think about that? Like,
I mean, it sounds about right.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
I don't know. Like when he got drafted, I was kind of like, a part of me was like, man, what does he do that Bol doesn't do? You know,
someone else brought that up too.
it's like this guy's just like a Safeway croissant version of Bol.
Safe.
Wow.
But that being said, no, he's more talented, and I think he will be good. I would say, watching that first game, you could tell like weight is a problem. Like he's getting bullied every time he's trying to post, and also the whole dribbling. Like he plays like a guard or a forward, like a Kevin Durant, but it just that body doesn't make sense to play that way because of like physics. When you're dribbling the ball like that, like the ball has to travel so long from your hand to the floor back to your hand. It's hard to protect the ball when it's making that distance, even if you're slamming it. Versus like a smaller guard, that's why they're able to protect the ball because they keep it lower. It's just stuff like that where it's like, man, physics-wise, body-wise, does this work? I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be good, actually. People saying like third, fourth year, he'll be the best player in the league. That stuff needs to like stop immediately. Like you're going to ruin the kid by just saying that.
Yeah, I feel like he's in good hands. I think if we would get down to it, his stance, you got to look at his bodyguards. They got good stance. Because, when Britney Spears, was trying to get in and penetrate,
Dude,
he's like,
Britney got what she got.
he's like, ooh la la.
Hi. So minor fact check about the Shein thing. Sorry, Kos. So actually per Snopes, that's mostly false. A lot of the stuff with like help me was further down the supply chain or from other posts where there's nothing that actually like traces back to Shein. There's a couple that they don't know the sources to. But that's about it.
All right, if I don't ask for clarification, don't come.
And this has been another episode of the Backseat Critic. Thanks.
Fact Dragon. That's wow. Fact Dragon. Oh man.
Wow.
Whatever. You still buy from Shein, just know where it's coming from.
True.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, you were saying about Wembanyama, his bodyguards, whatever. Britney Spears got what she got.
Wow.
Dude, it was the 50-year-old Britney stands on Twitter, like calling Wembanyama trash. That's like, dude, what a way to start your career.
I feel like he should have played more summer league games. One, to get accommodated with his teammates. Two, like, you need those reps, bro. You're gonna get demolished. Like they talked a lot about it, and just like you're saying, his body type. Yeah, he might have some lateral ability. Yes, he has some ability to stand up and block people for his height wise, but he's gonna get bullied by some of the
you almost
Joel Embiid.
You almost can't really play him as a forward. You almost have to play him as a wing or even a guard.
Yes.
Like I can't really see him the way he showed, like against guys who aren't even on rosters, getting like bullied. I mean, there's that old clip too
he already got postered and everything.
He got postered. Like there's that old clip too of for the French team he was playing on against the USA team. I think it was an under-20 tournament where like Kenny Lofton, the guy who went undrafted, who I love Kenny Lofton, by the way.
Oh,
But this,
from,
like,
Grizz.
He plays with He's
I
like a
love him.
6'6" thick power forward, like a guy you don't see anymore really. But anyways, just cooking him down low.
He got a G League Player of the Year.
Yeah.
They
And then
need
the
to play him
Grizzlies
more.
barely play. He does need to play more. I like his game. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, like grown men down low. I don't know, man.
But yeah, we'll see.
Oh God.
What are you playing no games about?
CB, yes.
Sorry, Bob.
Anywho, what I'm playing no games about is literally Tom Holland is literally the best Spider-Man. The reason why is because he was getting interviewed by Hollywood Unlocked, and they were kind of talking about Hollywood, and he kind of talked about how after a lot of success in roles, like he gets away from the Hollywood sphere, and like he talked about growing up, how he saw friends that really got Hollywood and how Hollywood takes over people, and like how his major goal is to eventually be away from Hollywood very, very soon. So that's the end of the Spider-Man, the end of all of the other projects, because he's saying that he was just saying that Hollywood is weird and it turns people into like monsters. And I just thought that was really dope that he's checking in with himself after every role that he does. And he's kind of like, this is not me. Like he was talking about, he's more concerned about his mom's nonprofit, about his friends, and how like, I don't say Hollywood's a simulation, but like really knowing that this isn't really not real life, and how people get caught up in a lifestyle. So I thought that was really deep, and I can't wait to finish that interview.
I find that interesting because I feel like every person that's played Spider-Man kind of becomes that way. Like Tobey Maguire, after a while, like his last big movie was Great Gatsby in like 2012, but he's kind of. There you go. Andrew Garfield is another guy who kind of went towards the background. And then now, yeah, Tom Holland.
Thank you.
Yeah. But good for Tom. Is he the best Spider-Man? I don't know.
Yes, he is.
I'll still vote for Tobey Maguire.
He was my number one.
I get it.
Andrew Garfield sure didn't get the job done.
He was the coolest.
No, he. Oh God, yeah.
He had the most swag.
The Pussy Posse was a real thing in the 90s with Leo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, and
No, yeah, he's right.
Kevin Connolly. Go around, get party, drunk, you know.
So we got the
Interesting.
we got the whole gang here, and we couldn't play no games without the Backseat Critics. So
Yeah.
Backseat Critics, what are you playing no games
Come
about?
up. What do you guys play no games about? You're not gonna push on that thing.
So, I like to play no games about the fact that the cartoons these days suck compared to the cartoons in the 90s.
Absolutely.
Comments about that?
Agreed.
I don't understand. Like, I mean, I think there's some that kind of sneak in there, like your Rick and Morty's, or like.
That's not a kid's cartoon,
That's
though.
not a kid's cartoon.
But I think you've kind of have to like smash those into like those kid cartoons, but they're not like our '90s cartoons, so to speak. Like you can't really compete.
The Rugrats.
Ed, Edd and Eddie.
Monsters. Dexter's Laboratory.
The Cowardly Dog, Animaniacs.
Bill and Mandy. Bill and Mandy.
Cat Dog.
Cat Dog's
Oh
good.
man,
Yeah.
Recess.
Recess. Doug.
Yeah.
The Pokemon was better back then.
It was. What is
Jackie
it?
Chan Adventure.
Oh
Jackie
my
Chan.
God.
Wow,
Yes,
that's a throwback.
yes.
That is a throwback.
Cubex. Static Shock.
I'll say
Rocket Power.
Seasons of SpongeBob.
yeah. Probably, I think my generation had the last good cartoons, and then after like we got done watching cartoons, I think it went downhill.
Gravity Falls, Over the Garden Wall.
That's like right
My
like
little,
at the end of
my
mine.
little
Yeah.
niece said Gravity Falls is good, and I trust her eye because I got her on
Gravity
the,
Falls is very good.
I got her on the good Teen Titans. Anywho,
The OG Teen Titans, right?
yeah.
I would say adult cartoons though, very good right now.
Scooby Doo.
No. I'm talking about like the Rick and Morty's, the BoJack Horseman's.
BoJack is horrible.
BoJack gets really, really good.
It's been out for like 20 years, 23 years.
I think one thing.
BoJack's really good.
I think one thing we're not talking about when it comes to the cartoons and things like that is like the press to make a message in the cartoons. Like I feel like all the way from preschool all the way to adults, where like they're like, here's the agenda, you got to do this, and I'm just kind of like if you let the story naturally unfold and the character stays their character, that's why, in my opinion, the Avatar is a timeless TV show, because Aang changes, Sokka changes, Katara changes. There are good male leads, there are good female leads. It's a all encompassing show, and it's very, in my opinion, realistic. Besides, the elements and bullshit. So I feel like when you are, I feel like in the storyboard room, if the story's not like let's make a good story rather than let's make this great agenda, I feel like we lose out on the story.
Yeah.
Especially with cartoons.
Yeah, no, I actually gotta agree. I just feel like cartoons, at least back in the 90s, 2000s and such, like maybe I'm looking through like rose-colored glasses or whatever, but I just feel like they treated us when we were kids as if we had more of our own like kind of brain and we could actually think for ourselves.
Yes.
They told us stories that were interesting and weren't focused on just like, hey, be nice to people, or weren't just like, oh, hey, we're so random. Like they weren't just those two threads and whatever. Like they actually maybe told something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more in depth, or went down different routes that you wouldn't typically go. Like Animaniacs has got some really raunchy stuff if you go back and watch.
Yeah. Courage
So-
the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ren is the whole Ren and Stimpy, yeah.
Like, there's a lot.
Cow and chicken.
Cow
like-
and Chicken, Ed and Nettie. Like,
Yeah, it's like they treated you like you knew the stuff that you knew when you were that age, and it's like now it's just like, oh, fart joke, and oh, we're so random, or just, are you stealing the mic from me, bro?
Or Legend of Korra, and she's gay.
I'm not even going to address that.
okay, Cos.
Yeah.
I can't even follow that.
I know. I was like, wow.
No problem with it. It was very forced at the end of the show. There we go.
Andrew's
I'll end with this.
It's Andrew's turn.
Oh yeah. What do you play no games about, Andrew?
Oh, I thought that was together. My bad.
All right. We'll see. It's 100% about Fast and Furious. So we just watched Fast and Furious 7. Okay. I don't even remember now. And Paul Walker died in real life at some point.
Spoiler alert.
Whatever. It's like 10 years old. Who cares?
Some people don't know.
Paul Walker died in real life. You didn't know that?
Some people don't know. Maybe someone's watching the Friends franchise and doesn't know.
Paul Walker is dead.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I respect the guy. He's
Thank you.
He's a fine actor. But I want to play no games about how movies treat actors who die at some point during the production of the movie. Uh-oh. So
Ooh, sad moment.
I know.
Take a deep breath.
it's kind of disrespectful when an actor dies partway through it and they swap them out and then try to do like a CG face over top of that, or come up with some stupid story as to why they're not there for most of the movie and they pop up in the last scene. Just let the character die. Kill them off. It can be off screen, whatever, treat it respectful. Don't drag their dead corpse like Weekend at Bernie's through the whole movie. I think that's more disrespectful to the actor, just because it feels like, well, the studio, they paid for this person. They might be dead, but they want to get their money's worth out of his image, or her image. In the case of like last big one I can think of is Carrie Fisher in The Last Jedi. She died, I think, during the filming of that. And there's a couple perfect points where they could have killed her off, and they didn't. And it was like, it just feels disrespectful to the actors or to families to just drag this person's image through the whole movie for your spectacle, and then being like, all right, peace, we're done with them. And then having some like rose-colored like montage at the end showing like, oh, look how much fun we had making money with him. It just feels kind of insensitive to me.
Interesting.
Hey, I like how they did Chadwick, so I get it.
Yeah, they did. I think
I
that
will say I did like how they handled that. They killed him. They killed him. They didn't drag him into the movie at all. Yeah, no, I think that was a death scene.
But I feel like that's a Ryan Coogler call more than anything. I feel like it was a great directorial, but that's my only. But no, I see you. I feel you.
I think we, again, it's like that likeness, right? Like how much can we squeeze out of this person because they are gone, right? And as this person has passed, I'm trying to get as much money out of it as I can and be constant reminder that this person has passed, but you're gonna keep showing it, like keep showing it. So I hear you. It becomes like you said, very disrespectful, and it's not peaceful. There's no like peace with it. So I respect that.
I don't know. I was telling him that before that I kind of like the way Fast and Furious did it with like the actual ending and felt like a tribute to the guy instead of just some cheesy way he dies off a cliff or something. You know, to me, it was fresh in the moment and it felt weird to like then fictionalize his death just a couple months after he actually died in also a car accident and it's a car movie. So it's like, okay, is this guy okay? In real life, he died in a car accident, so now he's also gonna die in a car accident in the movie. To me, it felt weird. So I was kind of happy that, well, sure, yeah, maybe it looked bad when they were filming it and all this stuff. And Weekend at Bernie's, if you want to say that too, that's a funny line. I appreciate a little tribute at the end with the song and them driving separate ways. I appreciate that one.
They could have shot him in the movie. There's a scene where he could have been shot, and it would have worked just fine.
They could have killed him off camera. Sorry. They could have killed him off camera and just done reshoots. They do that all the time.
Didn't need to be a car.
Oh. So, this was one of the most interactive, ridiculous Play No games ever. Oh my fucking gosh. Yeah, if you don't know why we don't play no games, clearly there were so many emotions and shenanigans. Once again, this is the Play No Games podcast. This is Cartier Bob.
This is Cos.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications when we come and drop down on your eardrums, because you know what we spitting. We spitting that hot fire.
Hot fire.
But I'm all there. Have a good one. Peace.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. Shit, I think they call them groupies now.